Hello and welcome to this GIS report. I'm your host, Information Officer Feliza Fenty for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor. Today we're talking about flowers and I'm here in the J.R. O'Neill Botanic Gardens. This is the site for the Garden Festival coming up later this month. Now let's hear more from Deidre Potter and Nancy Pascoe of the National Parks Trust about the Garden Festival.
The reason for us renaming the Garden Festival is because in years past, the Botanic Society started the flower show as a fundraising activity for them in the 1980s. And as the National Parks Trust took it over, we realized that the target audience sort of either left because they were mostly seasonal residents or they've aged. So we wanted to appeal to a younger and a wider crowd. We wanted to include more people. So we felt that there was a need to include lovers of the arts, lovers of food, lovers of music, different things like that. So we really wanted to expand our reach. So that was the reason for calling it a garden festival. So now we include all sorts of different things. People should come to the garden festival really and truly because it's a celebration of nature. We take for granted what we have in our backyard. We are surrounded by this beauty every day. We wake up in paradise, but we really don't appreciate what is in our backyard. In the garden here we have rare plants, we have indigenous plants, we have endangered plants, and really and truly it's an opportunity for residents to come to the garden, learn about these rare plants, these beautiful plants and flowers, and they even have some of them in their own backyard, so they can learn about plants that they can use for landscaping and beautifying around their home. They can learn about plants and flowers for medicinal uses. They can learn about how to sow seeds, how to take care of orchids and different things like that. And they can be entertained at the same time and have a great fun family day. So we really think that at this point in time, there's something for everybody. This year we have mukujumbis, of course, we have the drum corps, we have demonstrations done by our own National Parks Trust terrestrial wardens. So they're going to learn about soil types, what types of plants are perfect for what soil types. You're going to learn how to sow seeds successfully. We also have vendors, we have artists displaying their work. We have vendors like JD's Candies. We have local chefs who are going to give you a nice taste of Virgin Islands cuisine with a nice international twist. So we have a lot of different things to offer everybody, and it's going to be a fun-filled day.
The Garden Festival is on Sunday, 26th of March at the J.R. O'Neill Botanic Gardens, and it's going to be an all-day event this year. We're going to be starting at 10 a.m. and carrying on until 5 p.m. No, we're going to do slightly different. We're not having a floral competition. We would like to reintroduce that in future years, but in the past few years we've had less entrants and we wouldn't want to disappoint our visitors. So instead what we're doing is we're inviting people who we already know who are gardeners or floral arrangers to come and display some things that they've either grown or arranged themselves. So we will have some blooms for certain on display up at Fishlock Hall. But as I said, but not specifically a competition. But there we definitely will have some beautiful arrangements on view for everyone. Well, you know, we've been working with the Royal Botanic Gardens of Kew for at least 18, 19 years. So we've been doing a lot of research on the native plants, the endangered and endemic. So some of those are only found here in the BVI and some are only found on one island, you know, possibly even in one location. So our terrestrial wardens and our nursery staff have been propagating, so growing some of these native and endangered plants, and they're on display here in the gardens. We actually have a collection in the ground here that people can come and look at to learn what some of these threatened plants are. Because as we've mentioned that, you know, a lot of people are landowners here, you know, they have property, but do you really know what's on your land? You know, people when they go to develop their property, they want to see the land, you know, so they like to clear it. But before you clear it, have you thought about what's actually already there that you might want to keep? Some of these threatened plant species are on people's land, and we're trying to make that a connection and help people be more aware and then have pride in those endangered and endemic plants and integrate that into their landscaping. So one project we've been working on this year is a project called TIPUS, the Tropical Important Plant Areas. So what we've been doing is just with all this data that we've been gathering for years, we've been looking at it to say, well, where are the areas across the BVI that are really important for us, for the endangered plants? But also we want to hear from people in the public what areas are important to them. Like for cultural reasons, you know, maybe that's somewhere you've gone to collect medicinal plants, or you've always gone there to get your guava berry, you know, fruits, and that's a really important area for you and you wouldn't want to see that lost to development. So we really want to hear from people, and the Garden Festival is a great opportunity for people to come and tell us, well, what are your tropical important plant areas? What's important to you? That doesn't mean it's going to be a national park. It just means we want to know what areas are important, what areas maybe we need to go and collect seeds from that we could propagate here at the gardens. So that's a really exciting project that's ongoing this year. So for more information, you can contact myself, Nancy Pascoe, at the National Parks, or Deirdre Potter, and you can reach us at 494-3904.
You have just been watching our guests, Deirdre Potter and Nancy Pascoe, talk about a garden festival here in the J.R. O'Neill Botanic Garden. It will be on Sunday, March 26th. I'm your host, Information Officer Feliza Fenty for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor. Thanks for watching.